If you were to die today, would you die happy? I think about death a lot. I'm not sure by how much more or less exactly in comparison to the average person, but I know it's often. Ever since I was young, I've been acutely aware of the fact that I'm going to die one day. Most days, it's a toss-up between whether or not I'll die happy. But on most days, I can say with confidence that I'd die content. I hope that answer never changes. This video is just a normal day in my life, a boring day in my life. Nothing extraordinary happens because I'm not extraordinary. I'm not special. I'm just like everyone else. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Good morning. It's 6:30 a.m. and I'm going to get ready to head out to a cafe. I've been consistently journaling here for a few days now, and I've added this sticky note checklist thing, and it's been really fun crossing out the things as I do them. I plan on doing my Anki review cards, the book that I'm currently reading, my medicine-related Anki cards, not my language learning-related Anki cards. Just because when I'm doing my French and Chinese, I like to say it out loud. 你叫什么名字? Honestly, I'm feeling pretty fatigued, but that's because my period is coming up. The 10 days before my period, my energy levels are just really, really low. But I've kind of learned to work around that, so it's not that big of a problem. I'm back from the cafe. It was a really productive session. I got to finish my Anki cards. I had quite a few review cards. And I also got to write a book. Write a bit of my book. I'm currently writing a story and it's been really fun. It's my first time attempting to write a longer story. And so I'm slowly figuring things out. It's been a really nice side project, I feel like. I don't go to cafes every day because cafes are expensive. It's definitely once in a while to treat myself. Today I had a really good chocolate chip cookie and I had to bring a cookie back for my brother too so that he could experience it. But I got him a red velvet one. Hopefully he'll like it. Let's have a discussion on happiness. And if you agree or disagree with any of my points, I would love to further talk about them. I feel like these discussions can be really interesting and you could also just learn a lot. So I'm always open to further discussing these points. I don't believe that in order for you to be happy, every single thing in your life has to be going right. Right now, I'm happy, but I'm also under a lot of stress. And there's so many things in my life that are not going my way. Like, if I was sad right now, I would think that that's completely justifiable. And yet, I'm not. I'm happy. Why is that? When I can point out so many things that are going wrong, why is it that I still can feel pretty good? For me personally, I think for one, it's because I'm not focused too much on trying to be happy. I feel like I'm going about my day thinking, what's something that I find value in that I could put my time in? And another reason why I think I can feel good is because I do think that I'm a pretty resilient person. And I just have faith that whatever bad thing I'm going through, it's going to pass. Resiliency is a quality that I see in many people and I admire in many people. And I do hope that with time for me, I can just become more and more resilient. Because I do think that resiliency and happiness are tied in some way. I'm going to share this quote, and I'd love to know whether or not you agree with it and why or why not. This is a quote by Albert Camus, and it's, "You will never be happy if you continue to search for what happiness consists of. You will never live if you are looking for the meaning of life." In the depth of winter, I finally learned that within me there lay an invincible summer. Okay, well, I need to go because I have a study session soon. Her flows are pretty hard for me, but I love them. So the past few days I went to Muji, I got a few notebooks, and I got these two small notebooks in order to help me practice my French and Chinese. And basically what I do is sort of write a mini journal entry. Well, honestly, I tried to write a journal entry in each of the two languages. And so far it's been really fun, honestly, and also it hasn't been too difficult. It's not something that I dread doing, which I think is very important when learning to do something for fun. It's also helped me point out some of the deficits in knowledge that I have because there's some mistakes that I keep repeating. When it comes to French, my grammar is really bad. Grammar is really difficult in French. And for Chinese, the amount of characters that I know how to write without like a picture or looking at it are very little. And so most of these entries are super short and I definitely need the internet's help. But again, it's just been a nice challenge. I'm watching this Chinese animated show called Wu Liu Qi, and it's really, really good. The period before my menstrual cycle, I get really anxious. I'm already a pretty restless person, but that just becomes heightened to a whole nother level before my period. Several times throughout my day, I get really hot and my chest feels really heavy and I just feel overwhelmed. And in the past, I used to really be affected when that happened several times throughout the day. And now I kind of just let it pass. It's not that I ignore the feeling. I acknowledge it and I let myself feel whatever it is that I want to feel. And then I move on. And then I just go about the rest of my day. I just don't think it's that good to dwell on emotions. Whether or not you're feeling sad or happy, you shouldn't allow yourself to become those things because life is fickle. One moment you could be happy, the next moment you could be sad. But regardless, you need to continue moving, continue living. Feeling our emotions is important, but we can't let them consume us.